Hey guys, it's Brant and I'm back for the fourth and final makeup video for the month of October. Squeezing this one in at the very end of October. I actually planned on having this one out a couple weeks before now, but had to go out of town for some business. Also had a family event where I'm a grandpa ×4 now, and so just had to put the brakes on a little bit and take some time to be able to do those things and deal with those things. But I did want to get the Peter video in before the end of October, and I wanted to do it the way I've done all the others. I considered doing a live video for this one, but I didn't do live videos for the other ones, so I didn't want to do that for Peter either. So we're basically going to be doing the same thing I did with Gene, Paul, and Ace. I've got those videos. The links are in the description. You can also check out some of those links at the end of the video. What I'm going to be doing today is putting on the Catman makeup. Now, I was a Peter Criss fan when I first became a Kiss fan in 1977 when I was 8 years old. And Peter was the primary person that I gravitated towards being a drummer. And I'd actually become a drummer while listening to Elvis and started playing drums. I'd beaten on pots and pans and stuff since I was a kid. But when I heard Peter play, I'd never really heard anybody play like that. And so I gravitated towards Peter, and Peter was my man in Kiss. And to me, he still is the Catman. He still is the drummer that made Kiss who they are. And he's the Catman. I mean, what can you say? So I'm going to be doing his makeup in honor of the solo albums. And the reference I'm going to be using two references. I'm going to be using this reference right here, the 1978 solo album cover. I'm going to be using that reference. And I'm also going to be using this reference that is a little bit around this time. This is probably from around the Love Gun period. But I'm going to be using this reference too, which is pretty much the same. He had the green around his eyes, and he had the whiskers that went all the way to his the corners of his mouth, and he had the little thing, I guess the beginning of the whiskers that came down off of his nose, the middle of his nose, and connected along the top of his lips. And Peter has a lot of his face covered. So I'm going to try a different technique with Peter. I'm going to basically do the bottom of my face, around the sides, my forehead, down the middle, and along, around the sides. And then I'm going to try to use Q-tips to draw out the pattern of what I'm going to do, and then color it in with the black. And so I'm going to talk about that since I'm talking about makeup. I'm going to show the makeup I'm going to be using, and then and the tips I'm going to be using as far as brushes, and then we'll get right into it. Because Peter's going to be long enough, I feel, already. So I might not talk so much during the time lapse to keep the time lapse going, because I want to kind of not make this be an hour long. So for those of you who haven't seen the other videos, the white I'm going to be using is this white. This is grease paint. So I'm going to be using this white grease paint. You can pick it up. Halloween is the perfect time of year. After Halloween, maybe, but a lot of this stuff gets gone really quickly right after Halloween. So I'm going to be using white with Peter. Going to be using black as well. This is also grease paint, black grease paint. Red for the lips, and green for around the eyes. I'm going to be using the powder to powder my face, just regular baby powder. And speaking of powder, I'm going to be using this brush to powder with. Be using that brush. And the two brushes that I will be using are these two brushes right here. This one's a number 2, the smaller one. I'm not sure what the bigger one is, but the smaller one is good for around in small places and doing outlines, and this is good for filling in. Like I'll fill in the black with this. I'll fill in the green and It's basically good for filling in. Some of the other tools I'll be using is Q-tips, and I'll use a lot more than these. I'm expecting to use about this many Q-tips. Expecting to use a handful, and I have more at my disposal, but I'm expecting to use all of those. I also have these little kind of like wisps things. It's basically eyeshadow. Women put them to put eyeshadow on. So, as we've done in the past, I've shaved my face. I did not shave my head. I actually had a pretty good little beard going from when I shaved it for Ace. I'd not shaved since, so I had a good beard going. After this, I'll be growing a beard. So you'll get to see that in upcoming videos, and you'll be able to reference whenever I have a goatee versus a beard versus clean shaven, where I was in this process. But beginning November 1st, going through the winter, I'll have a beard. All right. And I'll look really old, like Santa Claus. So let's go ahead and get started. We've got a clean face. And we're going to go ahead and start with the white. And let's get this on the road. Time lapse begins. And what I'm trying to do at this point is I'm trying to figure out exactly, before I have to take my glasses off, how his makeup is going to play out. Now I know that most of the end of my nose is going to be clean because it'll be the, oh yeah, I forgot to mention at the very beginning. Where's the silver? Where's the silver? I do have silver. I forgot about the silver on the end of his nose. So he'll have the black around, then he'll have the silver. He'll have black coming down here, 2 whiskers going out, starting at his mouth, originating in his mouth and working around. And then he has the cat eyes that begin kind of up here under my glasses, come down to about right here, then come up the side, kind of up to a point, and then they work their way back down around this way down the middle. So I don't know if I need to come in much further down here. I'm going to just a little bit, but I know that I'm getting ready to have to take my glasses off and come down both sides, both the bridge of my nose, and come down off of here a little bit and kind of circle my eyes in. So that's the next step. Now I do think I'm going to clean up around my nose a little bit, but I think that I'm looking in really good shape at this point in time. Another tool that I didn't talk about that you can use is these wipes. You can get them from Walmart or whatever. They're flushable wipes, but you can use them to clean when you're done. You got this going on. You can use them to clean your fingers up. They clean them up relatively well, and then you can pitch them when you're done. I wanted to get my hands clean, take a look at Peter's makeup here. Yeah, I definitely think I'm doing the right thing because he comes, once you get above, he comes off and he goes up. It kind of goes up to a point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to draw out his whisker, his cat eyes, using my phone, looking at the reference on my phone. I'm going to do one side and then I will replicate kind of the other. That's one eye done, and man, Peter gets me breathing like a heavy fat boy. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to try to do the other side. Okay, I have to admit, as of right now, I'm pretty happy. Might not be perfectly even, but have you seen Peter's makeup? Even on the Dynasty cover, his makeup wasn't even. And that always bothered me, that on the Dynasty cover, he's got, and I'll pop in a screenshot, he's got one piece way up here and one piece way down here. So I'm doing the Dynasty cover. How about that? So let me clean up my nose a little bit. Clean around my nose, and then we'll move on to trying to do the whiskers. Okay, so nose is cleaned off. So now let's try to do one side of the whiskers and then do the other side of the whiskers. So it's first whiskers. I'm going to do the bottom ones first because it basically comes off and goes to his jawbone. And then I've got to try to find a way to get the other one in here under this stuff. Although it comes, if you look at it, it comes almost right to it. I mean, dead almost right to it. You can see that. So, we'll see. Not happy with that at all. The cool thing about makeup is, guess what? You can fix it. See? Like it never happened. I may end up looking more like Eric Singer than Peter Criss, right? But anyway, we're halfway there. Not even halfway there. I don't know where I got that from. I don't know, guys. I guess we'll see whenever I get done. So at this point in time, I'm going to powder the white, and I'm going to go with what I got, because I feel like if I start messing around with it and trying to get perfection, and I'm not perfectionist, and I've not done Peter's makeup in years. I mean, years. The last time I did Kiss makeup was around the reunion tour, and I did Ace's makeup. And I think I did pretty good in Ace's makeup back then. And I had several periods of time where I put Ace's makeup on. And so I got really good at it. And I don't really know which one I've done the best at so far. I guess you guys that's watched can let me know. Whenever I'm done with all the videos, you can let me know down in the comments which the one I've done the best with. But with Peter's, it's been a while. It's been a very long time since I've done Peter's. And I wasn't looking forward to it. That's why I did Peter's last. So I'm going to powder up the face. Try to set the white makeup a little bit. And then we're going to start painting in the black and the silver and the green and the red. So we'll start with black. Enough powder. Can't breathe. Okay. Okay. Now let's start with the black. Now I'm going to switch over. I'm basically not painting in where the green's going to go. So I'm going to switch over to this black, to this bigger brush, to do some more black. And then I'll go over and do the other side. I want to see this side as close to being done as I can before I go to the other side. So I may even color in the whiskers while I'm down here. So let's do the other side. All right, now I'm to the point where I'm going to paint the nose, around the nose, and paint down the little mustache. I've always thought it looked like one of them little French mustaches, but I guess it's just the beginning. It's the front of a cat's nose and their little things. I always look, especially when he used to not come down and meet his lips and just kind of went off on his own, on their own. But when he met it in with started drawing it in where it come down and met this top whisker, it made more sense. So, okay, it's basically barely on the bottom. It's something about how, even if you're doing a bad job, if you've never put Kiss makeup on before, I encourage you to do it. Because even if you're doing a bad job, whenever it starts to take shape and look like that member of Kiss, or a member of Kiss, and this makeup's kind of near and dear to me because as I'm getting closer and it's starting to look, you know, I mean, I'm probably doing a better job now than I did when I was 10 years old. I don't have any pictures, but I would love to have had pictures. I wish I did, but I don't. But when it starts to all come together, it's just really, really cool. And you start getting a little bit of a tug on the inside. And then the tip of the nose is all silver. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the little marks and see how that looks. I think I might put the lipstick on first. And that's going to involve me washing this brush out and then putting the lipstick on. But it looks like he comes down over the lipstick. So I'm cleaning this out best I can. Let's try the red. It's hard for me to do that because I don't have lips. I don't hardly have any top lips especially. Let's do the bottom lip. Alright, now let's go back and do the black. See if I can clean that up. Well, not happy with the lips or the little whisker thing. But you know what? I am an amateur. So, now what I need to clean up at this point is I need to clean up this big brush because I'm going to have to go in and go into the green. And I need to clean up the brush to do the silver. I'm going to go ahead and do the silver first. Just because I want to. I didn't show it earlier, but this is the silver that I'm going to use. It's the same silver as I used on Ace. Alright, so I was having a little off-camera discussion there with my wife, and I've got grandkids here right now, and they've never seen Paw Paw like this. So when I get done with this video, I have to walk through to the other room where my studio is to film my Thoughts on Peter Criss solo album. So it's going to be very interesting. Their reactions. Not going to film it because there's a lot of weird people on Facebook, on YouTube, and I just don't want my grandkids too much on here if I can help it. So, but I'll let you know what their reaction is. Oh, also something else I meant to mention. I just happened to be filming this on the anniversary of the broadcast debut of Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. Now this is gonna come out after that, but I'm filming it on that day, so it's about 10 minutes till 8 p.m. my time. And what I would be getting ready to do right now, I would have been Little Brant in the living room floor getting ready to watch Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. I had a discussion about Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park with my good buddy Rick over on It's All For You Demon. So I'm going to put a card up here somewhere on the top. Be sure to go over and check that video out because we talked about Kiss Meets the Phantom, talked about that type of what it was like being a kid when that came out. So head over to It's All For You Demon's page after this video, of course. head over there and check that out. I'll put the link for that video down in the description too. And give Rick a thumbs up on that video. Give him a subscription and share that video if it touches your childhood, part of your childhood. Touches your childhood don't sound exactly right, but if it's part of your childhood, be sure to share that video. So let's get this green done. Get on the $2 wig, I think one of my viewers called it. We'll get the $2 wig on, and we'll wrap this up. So we're almost done, guys. Hang in there. Let's get the green open, and let's do around the eyes. Alright guys, there's the makeup. My version of it anyway. And so, let's throw on the wig. Let's see how the wig, the $2 wig, makes it all come together. Be right back. Got the $2 wig. Here we go. So guys, what do you think? There you go. Peter Criss, $2 wig. Eric Singer maybe. Anyway, if you enjoy this video, leave some comments down in the comment section. I want to interact with you. Did you dress up as Peter? Have you ever dressed up as Peter or any other member of Kiss? Let me know. Very curious to hear. Do you have any childhood stories of dressing up in the makeup, or maybe more recently adult stories dressing up in the makeup, going to Halloween parties, somebody at work saw one of my videos of me dressed as Gene, and they wanted me to come to work in makeup and my Gene Demon shirt, the Demon boot, and my makeup. And I told him, man, I don't know. That's a lot of work. I'd have to get up really early to get to work on time. And can you imagine the commute in to work? All the heads it would turn. So, plus, I'd mess my makeup on putting on my glasses. I don't wear contacts. So, you know, if I wore contacts, maybe. But without glasses, blind as a bat. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you haven't seen the other three, check them out. There's actually 2 videos that I make per makeup session. Me putting the makeup on and me talking about that member and their solo album afterwards. Also have videos over on Patreon that are coming. They are coming, Patreon viewers, they are coming, of me non-time lapsed, where you can see it in real time, hear me talking to myself, hear whatever might be going on in the background. So if you want to check those out, you can check out patreon.com/inmyhead. You can check those out. But anyway, that's all I've got for this video. If you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe. Click the thumbs up. Leave a comment down in the comment section. I'm Brant, dressed as Peter Criss or Eric Singer. I'm the cat man. I'm Peter Criss. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you later. Thanks, guys. Happy Halloween.